Hi, this is the second session of this therapy course. Today we're going to talk about the functions of aggression. Why do we need anger anyway? Can it be useful? Let's find out. Like all emotions, anger came to us thanks to evolution. It was necessary for survival. You have to admit that without aggression, it's hard to hunt animals or fight against outsiders from a neighboring tribe. We aren't threatened by tigers anymore these days, and the function of anger now is to warn us that something untoward is happening. Something that you don't like. Something that may be dangerous for you. It stimulates you to pay attention to what is happening around you. We might draw a simple analogy. When something hurts in your body, this is a signal that there is some kind of problem inside. Yes, pain is unpleasant. But without it, we can't begin to change anything. I'm sure you'll agree that if there was no discomfort from it, there would be little motivation to act. There's a similar situation with anger. Yes, it might be unpleasant, but it is very useful, and it warns us about important things. What exactly does anger inform us of? Firstly, of a violation of our personal boundaries. What's more, it doesn't matter whether this violation takes place physically or psychologically. Secondly, it can indicate unsatisfied requirements. We very often get mad when we don't get what we want, or when we want something but don't allow ourselves to have it for one reason or another. Envy is also built on anger. Incidentally, a lot of internet haters write such aggressive comments because of just these feelings. Thirdly, anger can cover up other less pleasant emotions. It might seem that nothing could be worse than anger, but behind it might lie, for example, fear or guilt, powerlessness or grief, resentment or shame. We often sense our own weakness in these emotions, and anger covers up our vulnerable sides. It acts as its own kind of protector. You have to admit that this isn't bad for what would seem to be a bad emotion. Understanding what exactly anger can inform you of will enable you to analyze your response better. This, in turn, will help you to tell others about your feelings more effectively. Now you know what anger can tell you. It's time to move on to practice. How do we communicate this anger to someone else? Many people mistakenly assume that expressing anger means yelling and fighting. But in fact, it can be done far more calmly. First and foremost, it's important to acknowledge the emotion. For example, tell yourself, "I feel angry now." The second step when the emotion has been recognized and acknowledged is to study it. Why did it arise? What is it warning me about? Finally, when you have recognized and acknowledged the emotion, you can learn to live with it, which means to express it. This is what our next exercise will be dedicated to.